Here we go. Go Sports Radio. Carver and Cuthbert here with you, live from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach. On the island, it is not a doors open Thursday.
Ooh.
Unlike yesterday, the doors open Wednesday, it is not a doors open Thursday. That's because, as I warned you yesterday, it's miserable out there. I told you that was going to happen. And sure enough, it did. It's a miserable day, but at least we had yesterday to think about during this entire Memorial Day weekend coming up. We have a lot to discuss today. Knicks Cavs game 2 tonight at the Garden. Tonight at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach. It's all happening. We have got Mets and Yankees in action, both finishing up 4-game series.
Boo.
Yankees looking to take 3 out of 4 from the Blue Jays tonight behind Carlos Rodon. Good luck with that. And the Mets will play the Nationals at 4:05 East today. I know that they're facing the immortal Cade Cavalli with David Peterson on the mound, as they will try to split the 4-game series against the Nationals. And then we will talk about their weekend matchups, and it's a big one for the Yankees as they have the Rays in town coming up. And the Rays another comeback win yesterday against the Orioles.
Don't get too excited.
I wouldn't get too excited either about the prospects of that. We have got the other NBA action too. Of course, the Thunder get off, even up the series with the Spurs last night. We have got the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 1, Montreal and Carolina tonight in Raleigh. And what a start for Vegas last night in Colorado against the Avs as they take a 1-0 series lead. And, man, Mitch Marner outstanding.
I mentioned it yesterday.
For the Vegas Golden Knights. He
might be the difference.
Very good. Might be a couple of other things that we get involved with as well as we move along. Mike Carver along with Paul Cuthbert today. Hi, Paul. How are you?
Happy Thursday. Happy almost the weekend. Welcome to Borrelli's, everybody. Good to be back here since yesterday. It's been a long 24 hours. But here we are, pal. And I'm joking. That's been a long 24 hours. Time is flying. I mean, everybody should start pretty much getting their Christmas list ready.
Everybody, yeah.
Because it's flying here. Summer's almost over, ladies and gentlemen. It's Memorial Day weekend, so especially here on the island. But anyway, yeah, man, some good stuff going on last night. Looks like the guys in Oklahoma there getting their acts together. But I know we'll get into it there, but a couple of guys on the Spurs going down.
Harper got hurt last night.
It's
all right. They'll be okay. They didn't have Fox the first couple games, and Harper did get hurt. But
did what you want to do when you're road team, right? You want to get
they got a game, which, like you say, is what you want to do if you're the road team. That's really what it's all about. And they can move forward now in this series. I still think it's a closed door meeting Wednesday at Borrelli's. I like the Thursday. It is a Thursday. Closed door meeting today.
Gotta come down here to be in the room where it happens, baby.
This is where it all goes on.
Where it happens.
Down here at Borrelli's Tavern. But yes, you're right. Usually the narrative is, in these playoff series, you want to get one on the road. One of the first ones, split it on the road, and then you've got home court again in the series. So, look, I still think this is the Thunder series to lose. I still think that the Thunder are better overall than the Spurs. The Spurs have. It's tough to say. Do they have the best player in the series? I think they do. I mean, it's close with SGA and Wemby. It's super close, but
he was a little disappointing last night. Only put half of what he did in Game 1. I mean,
it was hard to expect.
Only 21 points last night.
Things that he did in Game number 1. Very hard to expect him to do that, but we're gonna have some distance in this series. That's really what it all comes down to at the end of the day. But the series that we will focus on here to start things off is, of course, the Knicks and the Cavs, game number 2.
The New York Knickerbockers.
Game number 2 tonight at the Garden.
And you said it's over, so.
It is over. I do believe that. In fact, I think that tonight, game number 2, Knicks Cavs, this will be an absolute smash job by the Knicks. So let me say it again. Smash job by the Knicks.
No respect for the Cavaliers.
I have none, because after the
great
way
state of Ohio.
After the way, and good people there, it's nothing against them. But after what happened in that game one the other night, I see no shot that the Cavs even show up tonight.
What if they got a good sleep? I mean, they were tired the other night, no doubt about it. But what if they got a good sleep?
No shot. I say. That's my say, is that there's no shot that they get involved tonight.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I don't. Now, Harden is a chump. That's right, Chris. I agree with that.
I'll agree with that as well,
Harden
too.
is a chump. John says Cavs are a mess.
But a fantastic beard. He's
got a fantastic
showing
beard.
great
but
face out
I
there.
think that the Knicks need to do more of. Now, we don't really know how hurt. They say that. I mean, was excuses or not that Mitchell maybe tweaked something at the end of the game. That's why he wasn't involved in the last 7-8 minutes or in the overtime. That just means potentially more Harden usage, which is exactly what you want.
Great for the Knicks, yes.
Great for the Knicks if you get more Harden usage. And I actually think there's guys on the Cavs that can hurt the Knicks. Like, I'm kind of surprised that Atkinson didn't play Strus more in that game the other night. Strus is the kind of player that can cause problems for the Knicks. Maybe you'll see more of him tonight on an adjustment level from the Cleveland side of things. But from the Knicks side of things, Paulie, I really, it clearly took them 3 quarters to kind of get the Kings out from sitting for over a week. And I expect them to come out and give you the same type of free-flowing offense that we have now seen really since Game 3 against Atlanta, where they're going to score points, and I don't see the Cavs honestly giving much resistance.
I'm going to play the side of caution today, and I'm going to say
Look
maybe
at you keeping it safe, huh?
Maybe
keeping it safe.
Atkinson, manages a better game tonight. Maybe he uses his timeouts a little better. Just
or use them at all.
Or use them at all.
How about that? Or use them at all, because that would be a start for him. If he used them at all, that would be very good. But we shall see. I just don't have a lot of faith in them this evening for a combination of 2 things. First of all, I didn't think that they were as good as the Knicks to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And second of all, I don't know how you bounce back immediately off of losing that game. Maybe it is best that you don't get to sit around for like 2 or 3 days and wait. Maybe it's best that you get right back into it, 1 day off, and you're back out there to try to kind of wash it away. But I think especially early in this game, there's going to be carryover. I really do. I think there's going to be a little bit of it.
Well, maybe this is, like I said, that we're all looking to see if this is the Knicks team that is going to do something a little different that they haven't in the past, and that's to continue what they did at the second half of that Atlanta series, and as well as what they did with the Sixers, and that's just get the job done, pour it on,
right,
and just play fierce and smothering. And let's also give it up for Brown too. He's been making some really great great decisions as far as resting guys like Hart the other night too, and just going back and forth between the starters and his bench players. And guys are producing. Obviously, OG now gets game 2 here to get the rust off again since his injury, and that's not good for the Cavaliers as well too. So, yeah, I think if the Knicks do come out and put the hammer down tonight, I think that'll just reinforce the fact that they're going to tiptoe into the finals here.
Yeah, look, and I think you bring up a good point about OG, because the other night you could tell, especially with him, there was even more rust than with everybody else, because he hadn't played in those last couple games of the Philly series either. I mean, he was 1 for 6 from 3. He was 2 for 9 overall from the field. He only had 13 points, only had a couple boards. There was definitely some feeling out for him. So I think you're going to get a better OG also in game number 2, and that's even.
And you'll probably get a better Hart.
What was weird with Hart, he didn't play much in the fourth quarter either during that comeback, and I don't know what that means. He's still such a big part of what they do, but they just had a lineup there in that fourth when they were coming back from down 22 that they found something really good with Shamet during that run, and Bridges was playing well, and they had Ochoa.
And kudos to Brown to see that.
Right, and people don't like Brown for whatever reason. They find any reason.
I think people are coming around on him a lot more.
I think 3 more wins, and they're really going to come around more on him back in the NBA Finals. I think that would really change some people's opinion about him, because some people haven't liked the way that he's done things. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how you can't give him credit. They've now won 8 games in a row. going back to the Atlanta. They haven't lost a game since that miserable Game 3 against Atlanta. They
Mm-hmm.
haven't lost a game since then. So I'm not I don't think that Brown's the guy that should be hearing any kind of criticism.
No, I mean, look, he's been the players have put him in a position that he's been able to kind of just let them play. And
Right.
the other night, obviously, being down 22 and then, just going for it. Let's make these changes, see if it kind of shakes things up. And it did. It worked out.
Shake it up.
And that's where you need your coach
Shake it up.
to make those decisions to see what you got. And I think he's got a really good take on the pulse of his team right now.
Well, I'll ask you this.
Ask me this, Riddler.
Riddle me this. When we come back on Wednesday, obviously today's Thursday, so we'll be back here at Borrelli's on Wednesday next week, after Memorial Day weekend and all that good stuff. Will this series still be going on?
No.
I say so. They're going to play obviously Game 2 tonight. Game 3 is Saturday night in Cleveland. Game 4, Memorial Day in Cleveland. So Game 5 would be Wednesday night. Will it be a sweep, or will we have a Game 5 Wednesday night?
If the Knicks win tonight.
Now, is this one of these Dolan games? Are you going to give me a
No,
Dolan?
I don't. Well, I tell you what.
That would force a Game 5 on Wednesday night back at the Garden.
If Cleveland comes out and hammers the Knicks tonight, then yes, it's a Dolan game.
So there's asterisk here. If they come out, now they were getting hammered the other night, and they fought back.
Yes.
So
But
Dolan
if they
game.
get hammered tonight and don't come back, tonight is Game 2. Game 2, historically, at the Garden is the Dolan game. So he gets the extra bank.
All right, I want you to explain the Dolan game one more time, and then you must put a clip out explaining the Dolan game later. So I want you to one more time
Explain it really quickly right now.
explain the Dolan game and put the clip out later.
In pretty much all playoff series for the Knicks, and sometimes with the Rangers in the past. But if the Knicks are playing so well, right, and you can sweep a team that they're better than the team, that to get that extra game, like Game 5 or the Game 6 back at the Garden for the extra bank, the Knicks will always lose Game 2 to guarantee that extra game back at the Garden. That's why Game 2 is the Dolan game. So if the Knicks get pummeled tonight and do not win, which they should win, right? All sign, we're talking about it, right?
6-point favorite.
Yep. So it should be a cakewalk tonight as
Do you
far as
have
like how
any-
everybody's talking about it, right?
Do you have any data to back this up?
Huh?
Do you have any data or
Yeah,
numbers?
just start looking, go back the last few years and check out Game 2. Let's go back to the Pacers last year,
Sure.
right?
They
Game
blew
2.
That. Well, it was Game 1 they blew against the Pacers.
Yes.
They had a huge lead in game. It was actually
Yes.
the reverse of what they just did
Yes,
with the Cavs.
exactly.
They had a huge lead in Game 1, and they blew that game, which was so it's kind of weird how it's spun around this year.
But it's primarily Game 2.
The Dolan game.
This is the Dolan game.
The Dolan
If the
game.
Knicks get blown out at home to a team that they should be taken care of in a playoff series, it's a Dolan game.
I do not believe that we will have a game on Wednesday night when we come back.
All right.
I really do think that the Knicks are going to steamroll the Cavs over the next 3 games. And that the Cavs lost that series the other night, and it is finished. They got nothing left in the tank.
NYPD wouldn't mind that either. Fans outside the Garden are just getting a
No,
little unruly, man.
I've seen that, and
I mean, they're having a good time, but man, that's
yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Do they close the street? I haven't been to a Knicks playoff game. Do they close 7th Avenue down right outside the Garden, or is it just
I can't.
the crowd comes out and they forcibly themselves close 7th Avenue and they all walk out?
No,
onto the
there.
street?
I believe there's a TV they have outside there, and everybody kind
Like
of
a watch party
Yeah,
type of
everybody
thing.
kinda
So they
gathers
like
around.
close it off at a couple ends.
And then what happens is then everybody comes
Then
out
everybody-
afterwards and it piles on.
because they have had some big scenes out there
Yeah.
during these home games.
Yep.
Now, are they doing that for road games? Are they putting a game up on the screen for the road games?
I think so. Yeah.
I won't be there to watch. I can tell you that. I'd rather come to Borrelli's.
We're not young strapping men like we used to be. We're kind of
We also wouldn't have
older
been
and
able.
wiser men.
We also wouldn't have been able to get there with the train the other night either, right?
No, welcome back. Welcome
The
back,
train-
LARR.
Train working now?
LA double R. Welcome
Train
back.
back in?
Yeah,
I
they're
think
back.
so. The back are running.
Yes.
Trains are running again.
Yep.
All right, so you'll be good to go.
24-hour strike.
That's really all it was, right?
Yeah, Monday.
It was like
yeah.
36 hours.
Today's Thursday.
It was Saturday night to Monday morning.
Yeah.
Once they had a rush hour Monday morning, they were like, "Yeah, we're not doing this. Somebody please come in here and figure this out. Can we just stop? We've proved our point. Okay, we can't have all these people all trying to get into the city without a Long Island Railroad.
It's one of the
Not
most
gonna work.
largest transportation systems in the world, man. It's like
I would say it's got to be in the top 5, right? I mean, it has to be.
just 7 to 9 million Long Islanders into the city.
Yeah.
Percentage of that,
Unbelievable. Knicks Cavs game number 2 this evening. Who you got? Knicks by 15.
I love the chat. Cavs are a mess. Harden is a chump.
Harden's a chump. Knicks by
How
15.
about that Mickey Mouse
PGA
PGA?
tourney today? I'll bring that up, John. I am gonna bring it up. I got Knicks by 15 tonight. That's my who you got. Game number 2, Knicks Cavs.
15.
15.
15.
I'm playing the alt lines. It's 6-6 the spread. Minus
15.
9.5. Minus 11.5.
You're crazy.
They're gonna
15.
smoke them.
Come on.
Smoke them tonight. No
You
shot.
got to give the Cavs.
I give
Cavs
them. You want to know what I give
got a
them?
nice rest
I give them nothing.
last night.
Nothing.
Nice night.
Smoked them.
King size beds in the hotel. 5-star.
They're gonna
They had
wish.
breakfast this morning.
They're gonna wish by the end of the third quarter they were already back. In
Raining
football.
out today, so they didn't have to go walk around the city. Just taking it easy, shooting a little pregame shoot.
That makes it worse for them.
Cavs
Miserable.
nice, rested, settled down. Love playing at the Garden, a little juice. I can still be ready. I don't know. Just be careful tonight.
So you got Dolan game. I got Knicks by 15.
I got the Knicks winning tonight. But
Okay.
if they don't, watch out for the Dolan game. That's all I'm saying.
Now, John, since I have a couple minutes here before we tell you about Borrelli for the first time, how about this Mickey Mouse PGA tournament John brings up in the chat box? So we have this week, Paulie, the CJ Cup Byron Nelson, which is at TPC Craig Ranch in Texas.
Which part of Texas is that?
TPC Craig Ranch is just outside.
West Texas,
outside
Southern Texas, Northern
Dallas,
Texas, Eastern
I'm
Texas.
pretty sure.
Which part of Texas? Texas is different in every part of Texas.
It is different in every part of Texas, but if you want the exact address for it, I will give this to you. McKinney, Texas,
McKinney, Texas.
which, as you know, is just very north of Dallas. You're between Dallas and Frisco, just outside of Frisco, Texas, TPC Craig Ranch, north of Dallas. So they have got, and what Mickey Mouse PGA tourney event, as John references.
PGA. How
That
can it be
means-
Mickey Mouse if
Well,
it's
that's
PGA?
because, like, last
Professional Golfers Association is nothing Mickey Mouse
Last
about
year, Scotty Scheffler won this, and he shot 31 under par. So when guys are shooting 30 under, I would say that was, as John would reference, would sometimes be called a Mickey Mouse.
it. So it's basically
PGA
similar to the
Tour
Bay
event.
Park Golf Course. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
this is a pitch and putt course.
Yeah, and they tried to do some renovations to it last year, and they did move a couple things around, but I don't think enough.
They moved the bars around. That's probably about it.
I don't think enough that they're going to stop someone from shooting 25 under this week. And sure enough, I was just looking before we came on at some of the scores in the morning, and there's already a 6 under, a bunch of 5 unders. Like, they're already off and running
It's capable.
at this thing. And listen, you're going to have weeks like this on the PGA Tour. We do need Koepka to keep going, John. Yes. It would be nice if Koepka, who I do have this week in the without Scotty market, that means I bet him to win, but we took Scheffler off the board. So this is something that you can do, Paulie. You can bet on a guy to win, but like if he comes in second to Scheffler, I still win.
All right.
So I take Scotty out because Scotty Scheffler was like a ridiculously stupid favorite this week in terms of the odds for this golf tournament. And he's probably going to win. Although he's I think 2 under so far, so he's a few shots back, but that doesn't matter for him. So I playing the tournament without Scotty this week. I took him complete. It's like he's not there as far as I bet it.
Very
So,
interesting.
I need my guys.
Don't know if I understand it. But
So basically, I'll put it to you this way. Obviously, if the 4 guys that I pick to win this week win, they win, and I win my bet. If the 3 or 4 guys that I pick to win finish second to Scotty Scheffler, I win also.
okay.
Okay? So I am basically just I am removing Scotty Scheffler basically from the tourney on the betting board.
Did you say it was a ghost bet? It sounds like a ghost bet.
Not a ghost bet, but it's like he doesn't exist.
It's like he's a ghost.
In the gambling terms, yeah, it is like he's a ghost. The without Scheffler market, he's a ghost.
Yeah, there you go.
So it doesn't matter where he is on the board because I just need my guys to beat
I'm just
everybody.
using terminology that I can
I need my
understand.
guys to beat everybody else except him.
Okay.
So, John had you had Aaron Rye at 290-1 last week, John. Congratulations to you. I did have him as a first-round leader last week because I thought his skill set was very good for the course. I was just kind of caught in the realm of we really hadn't had any long shot major winners in a while. And it seemed like the PGA Championship specifically is kind of one that's been built to favorites and to the bigger players. So I didn't think Aaron Rye had any chance to actually win the PGA Championship, but I thought he was a really good Thursday play. And it seems like I should have maybe felt a little bit better about myself because I thought he had the right skill set to win, but I just didn't have the stones to play him at 290-1. So great job by you, John. That is excellent. You got it. That is a big bravo to him. There goes Soto rounding the bases, pal. That's from last night.
He's a happy guy on his own mountain.
Well, I've heard now that he's been taking in more of a leadership role with the team. The Bronx Buckeye checking in. What a difference a day makes. Open doors yesterday, closed doors today. At least it's carnivore night at Borrelli's. That's true. That is very true. Extend with it over here. So nice job by the Bronx Buckeye, Eddie in Columbus, checking in with that. All right, so there you go. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. And yes, there's a lot of things going on, including Carnivore Night tonight. But, Paulie, I think you should give us the entire run of Memorial Day weekend before we talk some baseball with the Yankees and the Mets.
Once again, we are broadcasting live from Borrelli's Taproom, located at 912 West Beach Street here in Long Beach on Long Island in New York, baby. 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. And just to let you know, you can find everything you need to know about Borrelli's at Borrelli'sTaproom.com. And you can also follow them on IG at Borrelli's Long Beach. Same thing on Twitter, at Borrelli's Taproom, on Facebook, and at Borrelli's LBNY on the X. I hope you're writing all that down because quite a different tags, bunch of different tags on different platforms there. But anyway, keep it simple, Borrelli'sTaproom.com. And don't forget, anytime you come down to Borrelli's, mention the CNC podcast and you get a free Miller Lite draft. Okay, folks, it is Thursday. Last night, by the way, thanks to everybody who came down to U2 night down here at Borrelli's. Smash hit, great time, a lot of fun with New Year's Days, the U2 tribute band. They're going to be back here on July 22nd. So U2 fans, come on back here at Borrelli's for that. And next week, speaking of the music theme nights, Bruce Springsteen night returns here next Wednesday night. That's the 27th. Again, no cover, free admission, $21 dinner specials, half-price bottles of wine, great bucket specials as well, too, and the greatest hits of the boss. That's next Wednesday. Carnivore night tonight. You know that as always. It's $42.99. Come on down here. You get a choice of veal, steak, or pork. Comes with super salad and a dessert, bottomless beers, endless wines. That's tonight and every Thursday night right here at Borrelli's. Carnivore night. You can't go wrong. Bring the chomper down. Eat and drink like a king or a queen right here at Borrelli's Taproom. All right. It is Memorial Day weekend. It is upon us. We're hoping for good weather, but I think we're going to get a mix of everything. But no matter. The party inside here at Borrelli's is going to be fantastic. We got live music all weekend. Let everybody know it right now. We got Tim Quinn starting tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Friday. And then DJ Quill will have the Friday night dance party going at 10 o'clock. On Saturday, May 23rd, Sean Jacoby and Ryan Scron will have the live music at 7 p.m. And then DJ TM Select will be in at 10 p.m. for the Saturday night dance party. On Sunday Fun Day, we are going to have DJ Teddy at 4 p.m. And then DJ TM Select will have the Sunday night dance party going here at 10 o'clock with TM Select. Sorry. And then on Monday, we'll be rocking here with Sophia Luciano at 2 p.m. live music. And then also the current company band will be here at 7 p.m. And that is all weekend long, live music, all kinds of bucket specials and all that other stuff right here at Borrelli's. And then I got to let everybody know, you got to come down and watch the Knicks here, sponsored by 1800 Tequila, and you get 2-for-1 pizzas, dollar wings, $35 Surfside buckets, $35 Lucky One buckets, $35 Spike Date buckets, $20 Miller Lite buckets, $25 Michelob Ultra buckets, $8 1800 margaritas, and $8 Tully drinks right here. Game on all the TVs and the sound on. And then, of course, don't forget, we have the comedy series returning here as well. Back here in June. Starts off with Billy Gardell on June 1st. And then Mark Norman just announced on June 2nd. Then we have James Freed on June 29th. And then Joe List will be here on July 14th. And Chris DiStefano will be here Wednesday, August 5th. And last but not least, reminded everybody that me and Mike are going to be out on the course. It's the Borrelli's golf outing on Monday, June 22nd, Middle Island Golf Club, right here in Oceanside, couple of blocks down that way, right here on the South Shore of Long Island. Go to Borrelli'sTaproom.com or go to the IG at Borrelli's Taproom at Borrelli's Long Beach, and you will get all the information for the golf. I think it's $275 for the full day. Get your foursomes in, and then if you want to just come back and hang out for the after party at 6 p.m. here at Borrelli's, it's $75 a person, open bar, and all you can eat. So it's going to be great stuff. And that's what's going on here at Borrelli's Taproom. Once again, come down to Borrelli's anytime. Start your session, mention the CNC podcast, and get a free Miller Lite draft. Not a free Miller Lite drive. I don't even know what that is, but you can get a Miller Lite draft. There you go, Mikey.
How about that? So much going on around here. As always, it's just great to see. A few things before I move forward here, because I see things and I just get off track.
Any breaking news?
I wouldn't say it's breaking news, but I saw this and
I got breaking news from yesterday.
Do you?
I wanted to bring it up yesterday to you because I know it's close to your heart.
What's that? Mine was I saw that one of the shows was on air. Austin Reeves wants $40 million a year. Like the NBA salaries are just so out of whack. And Austin Reeves is a good player.
That's what kids getting for not coaching anybody.
$40 million a season. It just seems like a lot.
They got it, man.
It seems like a lot.
And then they'll get a sneaker deal and a headband deal.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like a lot.
Deal,
yeah,
something.
It seems like a lot. What do you got?
So they announced this. This again was from one of my favorite accounts to follow, and that's Sports Business Radio.
Okay.
On the X. NFL, and this is from Albert Breer, who posted this on Sports Business Radio. Shared this. This is for you. This is close to your heart. I want you to know this. NFL EVP Peter O'Reilly announces that owners voted for a measure to increase the cap on international games from 8 to 10 in 2027. That doesn't include the Jags game at Wembley. So we could have 11 international games next year.
It doesn't include what game at Wembley?
It doesn't include the Jags game at Wembley. So we now could have 11 international games next year, pal. 11.
I mean,
get the suitcase and the passports ready.
What am I supposed to say at this point that hasn't been said already? All I could continue to say to everyone is, get ready, because the day is coming where there will be a full-time team overseas. It is going to happen. It's a lot closer.
Hopefully they're based in Ireland and they call them the Dublin Demons.
The Dublin Demons would be a nice name for them. But it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I do believe that. And I know it makes your stomach turn. I know, Mike. That's why I brought it up. The biggest problem that I have with these games, and I say it all the time, and I'll say it. The biggest problem I have with all these games is I don't feel that most of them are watchable. Like they're sloppy. They're not competitive. They're not. And do you sometimes get a good one? Yes, it does happen. They're not all awful, but the majority of these games that take place overseas, they're not the same brand. Like you're taking the teams so far out of their regular routine and flying them halfway across. For some of these, now look, if you're an East Coast team, New York, Patriots, Philly, is it that much different from flying there to London as it is to flying from there to, California? There isn't much difference in that, obviously. But if you're one of these teams in the Midwest or out West that gets put in these games, and you're flying them halfway across the world to go play, I believe the quality of the play just isn't as good. And now you're going to take teams and play them in Melbourne, Australia. You're going to do all it just.
So let me ask you this. Does the NFL really care about the quality
They
of
don't.
the game?
They don't
Because it's more of a marketing ploy. It's
because the coffers are being filled
You know.
so high.
This is something we need to find out.
Pigs at the trough.
How do European fans of the NFL watch the NFL? What kind of package do they have? Are they on streaming services too? Are they able to buy NFL apparel in the United States? It's got to be. It's all business, right? It's all. And,
Sure.
and I guess I guess we have to do some homework. Maybe I should go do this. Does the European city or the international city that hosts the game, are they paying the NFL a fee to put the game in there?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. These teams, these cities fall over themselves to have the NFL come. So I'm sure that there's some kind of pay to play that's being done.
So Australia calls and say, "Hey, look, we want a game." And say, "All right,
Australia has been calling
we'll
has been calling the NFL for
we'll
allegedly
give you
decades.
Who's playing in that game?
Rams, Niners.
Rams.
At least they took two West Coast teams.
Well, I guess West Coast. I guess now there's the time, right? So the West Coast, it will be for them, the fans. I wonder what time the game would have to be on in Australia for the folks in California to be able to is that a 1:00 game? Is it a 4:00 game?
It's a primetime game at night.
On the East Coast for us, right?
What is
so West Coast is 3 hours behind us.
Look,
so who knows what Australia is?
We gotta do some fast.
See all these things we make you think about here at CNC, everybody.
Melbourne is 17 hours ahead of Los Angeles. So
they'll actually be playing in the future.
Precisely. This is
if you have a family member,
if you have
a family member in Australia, they can tell you the score of the game before you know, and then you can put some money.
So let's do the math here.
Back to the future too.
The Niners and the Rams are going to play at 8:35 p.m. East on September the 10th. So quick math, 17 hours ahead. So 8 a.m. plus 5. That is 1:35 in the afternoon on the next day. So they're playing Thursday night, 8:35 p.m. Eastern time. That means it's Friday afternoon at 1:30 in the afternoon in Melbourne. So that's where you get your 17 hours ahead. So it's an afternoon game for the people in Melbourne. Bravo.
Well, what about Cal? What was the time there?
Well, it's going to be 5:30 at night.
6.
So it's Thursday night. It's at 8:35 East because everything, of course, has to be on Eastern time zone.
All right, so California fans will have to listen to most of the game in the car on the podcast.
I get so annoyed at these England games and with how sloppy they get. I mean, sending a couple teams to Australia, 17 hours ahead, different time. I don't know. I get the idea. I don't know what the answer is.
But it's a vacation for the players and the family. They get to go out.
But it's
in the
game
wild.
1 of the season. If you want to have a vacation, make it a preseason game. Okay? This is a game that's supposed to count. This is the first game of the season. People bet on things like win total over-unders and all these other things, and this is stuff you have to factor into it.
It's a regular season.
Now, what does that do to the Niners and the Rams for the week or two after that? Coming back off of playing a game with 17-hour time difference.
A lot of money, they'll be fine.
You're right about that, and I'm not talking about them physically or mentally. I'm talking about my wallet. That's honestly where it all comes back to for me. I don't really, I'm sure that they'll be okay. They're going to get the best treatment on the plane ride back and the best fluids put back. And there's all this stuff I'm sure is all going to be done, all the scientific end of how they treat the players. I'm saying the games
they're going to get smashed in giant cans of Foster's.
The games aren't as good. Foster's, Australian for beer, the oil cans.
You don't see those commercials anymore.
I guess they ran out of money.
Well, they ran out of Foster's.
I don't know. They still make Foster's, Tommy? You still get Foster's Australian for beer? Anybody still carry that?
Call up Q. Let's get a couple of cans down here.
You need them for the Niner Ram game on September 10th, Tommy, in Australia.
Look at that. See?
Get the Foster's
on the marketing already.
You guys think there will be a day when there are a European division, London, Paris, Berlin, Madrid? Sure, Eddie.
I don't.
They'll do it.
I hope that's when I'm old and gray. And
it will happen.
90s.
It will happen. They love it. They love it. And that's actually the best way to do it, because sticking one team over there is it's tough navigation-wise, although I think they're learning a way to probably do it. But if you had four teams.
Can we talk about this real quick? If this whole thing here.
And it will.
Yeah, but the league right now is so watered down.
Yeah.
I've been calling the National Football League the National Mediocrity League for a long, long time.
Yes.
Okay? Now this swings back to what I was just joking about before. Does the NFL really care about the quality of the game that they put on?
They don't.
Because they're already getting their money.
People are going to watch anyway.
But this is
why they really
good. This would be good. Now, didn't they have a European NFL league there for a while? Right? They did. They had teams in. I remember them. They had NFL. They had a league, the European NFL League.
Yes, the NFL Europe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where is it now?
Well, you got to also remember the NFL Europe League didn't have the same quality of players.
It's just you think you're going to get any better quality?
It's the same problem. If they're an NFL team, they're going to have NFL players. The Europe League is just like this.
There's barely enough talent to fill the rosters in the NFL.
Whatever this league they run around with in the spring is.
So what do we expand the league to? What, 40 teams? 42 teams?
The day will come.
No.
Nope. You don't think they can handle it? Everybody
I don't think it'll be part of this. I don't think it'll be part of the same. But there's no way they can do that.
Oh, they can. They will. They can and they will. It will happen.
I tell you what. I hope that this show continues to be successful. That we're still here in 10 years, and me and you are hanging out with our crew here in the group chat.
Sure.
And we are doing Who You Got between the Barcelona Barons.
Well, they were the Dragons back in the NFL Europe days. So they get to keep the same name as when they were in NFL Europe. Know.
And the Dublin Demons.
The Rain Fire or whatever they were. I mean, we had so many.
Nah, say it ain't so. I don't want to see it.
The London Knights.
I don't want to see it. I don't even want to watch the Saints play the freaking Packers on a Thursday night. You think I want to watch Barcelona play Dublin? Come on.
What did you want to call Dublin? The Demons?
The Dublin Demons.
The Dublin Demons.
Or the Longford Lashers.
Longford Lashers.
Or the Cork Crushers.
So they got their own division, that sounds like Ireland.
Shannon Fire.
Yeah. We'll put a team
the Galway Guardians.
Stick a team in Belfast, and the other teams will really hate them. Like, it's just you get everything. You get instant built-in rivalries.
Build an Irish league first.
Right off of all that. So since we're doing all this right now, there was an NFL story that I wanted to bring up with you.
Please, I hope we're about to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
We are.
Awesome.
I mean, how could you not? and only for this reason. It's like the best news ever that he's going to be done after this year. Like, I thank him so much. Now, you're going to have to deal with now the whole entire season of everyone, giving him the big send-off and all those things. But I will take that every day of the week over what we've done for the last 5 years, which is sit around the entire offseason wondering if this is going to be the end for Aaron. Now we know it's going to be the end for Aaron, and we can embrace it and send him on out of here after this year.
It could be the end in Game 3 if he gets his ankles taken out.
Look, I would never root for somebody to get hurt.
I'm not rooting for it. I'm just saying it could happen.
It could happen, but I would not root for that. That's not the way to do things.
Steelers better not let him carry out the American flag on the first game.
He's still bringing that up. When that happened against the Bills. Okay.
So you're not surprised about him coming back, but you are excited about this being the final.
I need it to
final
end.
lap.
I want it to be over. I'm tired of because here's the one thing I'm pretty sure of with him. At least I think. When he's actually done, which allegedly this will be it, we're never going to hear from him again.
You don't think he's going to have a spot on?
No, he ain't doing that.
Really?
No.
No TV?
People will offer, but he's going to say no.
Really?
I think so.
Going to get married to his new fiancée.
He's a different kind of cat. He's a different kind of cat.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I think he likes the spotlight a little bit. He's kind of always – it's all about it.
I think he'd be good because – but the only thing that makes these guys good is you have to be willing to share your opinions. And Aaron seems like he's willing to do that. All those years, obviously, doing McAfee show and going on every week, like seems like he has a lot of opinions on the game, but he also seems like a guy who doesn't, who's going to like go away in a bunker for a while when he's done playing and just disappear off the map.
I don't think so. I think he's probably going to get his own show somewhere.
What is it with these Packer quarterbacks in our lifetime that put us through this? Will he when we retire? You're right. The amount of similarities between Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
He's not throwing the great Brett Favre.
Favre.
His greatest role was in was that Mary? Something about
There's
Mary.
something about Mary, which actually wasn't even supposed to be him.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that story?
No, who was it supposed to be?
That part was written for Drew Bledsoe.
You know what? I did hear that.
And whatever reason, Drew said, and whatever happened, and then Brett Favre went in.
Well, Brett Favre is a lot funnier than whatever they were.
I don't know. Drew Bledsoe's he's actually a pretty funny dude, and I think he would have did well with it. But I don't remember what year that was.
Drew, what are you doing? You lost the job to Brady, and then you lost the.
Wasn't that around then?
What year
did There's Something About Mary come out?
2000 something.
I think it was not late 90s.
I'm saying early 2000s.
1998.
Wow.
So
I am old.
It was before Drew was hurt, and he was still the starting quarterback of the Patriots. That's why he was up for the role.
There's something about Mary. These guys are great.
It's a good film.
Oh, man, it's right up there.
Really good film.
Stiller made some good ones.
I never circled back last Thursday to asking you if you saw Carrie Underwood with Motley Crue on American Idol.
No, I did not do the homework. I just kind of anti that.
I'm sorry.
I'm just sure Carrie was amazing, and did Vince stay off to the side?
He should have.
Oh, he did his little bit of.
He was out there.
The Vince Neil language that
he ruined it. He ruined what would have been a really good performance. It's unfortunate. It's sad to see them. You know this. I mean, so many of your favorite acts from the day. Some can still do it, and some can't. And you want to respect them for going out and the hustle and chasing the money, but he can't hit a note.
Well, we'll save that for our music podcast.
I know we're way off. I know
because you want to get into Motley Crue and all that stuff.
I know.
Believe me, I got things to say.
But listen to him try to. I mean, like a song like "Kickstart My Heart." You got to have some energy in there, and he's none of it. I mean, none of it.
Vince has kind of let himself go, you might say. And poor old Nick. He aged out.
Yes.
And
but Nikki and Tommy were there. They looked like they could still thrash, but
they're both lucky to still be alive.
Yes, but they are, and they're now in much better, healthier shape, and they were rocking it.
But you want to call the NFL kids? I mean, Crew. They signed the contract. They were never touring again. It was all over.
I know. Now they're on American Idol.
You know what I got to say about that?
All right. I had to bring that back up.
So it is somewhat football related because Carrie Underwood, she's in there. So
Aaron Rodgers out. Thank God. At the end of the year, Yankees now. Let's do that.
Really?
Yeah. Why not? Really?
No, I don't.
What's wrong with really? Why not?
My disappointment continues. It's just roll
over. Schlittler wasn't bad again last night. I know
of course he wasn't,
runs, but they just didn't score.
I said he will pitch well. It's the lineup that you got to be concerned about, and then that kid.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Well too.
Savage was a really good.
So look. I haven't had a chance. I was working last night, and I didn't have a chance to look at the highlights of the Yankee game. How did Toronto get their 2 runs, and when did they get them? Was it in extra innings? Because I know the game was on rain delay, right?
Right.
Because I came back.
They didn't start till just after 9:00.
Yes, because I caught the Yankees last at bat.
Right.
With a Rosario just putting more wind to the flags.
Yeah.
On that swing. So how did Toronto get their runs?
Rally in the 7th. Couple guys on. I believe they walked in the first run. And then a sac fly on the second run. So it wasn't like hard hit balls or homers or anything like that. He just got
Judge went over forever.
He's in a little bit of a tough slide right now. A little bit of a tough
How did
slide.
Jazz do? Jazz put up any numbers yesterday? No. Wells put up any numbers? No.
Jazz was 3 for 4 last night.
How'd we get the 1 run? Goldschmidt have to hit another home run?
Goldschmidt grounded out RBI ground out in the ninth.
Goldie's
So they were
carrying
trying to-
he's carrying the team right now.
He is carrying against
What
Louis
a
Varland.
sorry state of affairs going on in the
Well,
Bronx.
they are now, after Tampa's comeback, 4 games back of the Rays, but there's like a lifetime left in the season.
Tampa Bay could technically put them, 7, 8, 9, 10 games back this weekend? Is it a 3-game series or 4 games?
It's 3 games.
Oof.
But the Yankees play tonight and Tampa doesn't. So it could be 4.5 by the time you start tomorrow night if they lost tonight. And then it could be,
No juice, man.
5.5, 6.
They got no
7.
juice.
They're not going to get swept by the Rays at home. Why would you think such a thing? Why don't we start here before I get to that? Can I get through tonight first?
Am I watching a different team than you are?
They have Carlos Rodon going tonight. This Fisher is going to start for the Jays, which I think for them is kind of, season opener. They're going with kind of like a bullpen game this evening. But I think that Rodon stinks, if you want my honest
He's been one of our
opinion on it.
best pitchers the last 2 seasons.
Not against this team, he hasn't.
I know, but as far as regular season wins, I think he's been 16-plus wins.
In
the
fact,
last
I
2 years in a row.
don't do this very often. I'm betting a homer against the Yankees tonight.
Well, it's Rodon. You bet a couple home runs.
Vlad,
Don't
11,
just go one.
Vlad, 11.
Rodon's always good for at least 2 at home.
Vlad, 11 for 18 with 2 homers off of Rodon
Oh,
in his career.
I'll give you some money to put on that.
I like Vlad tonight.
Yeah,
Vlad
no,
for
that's
tonight.
a solid bet.
So-
There's no doubt there.
Vlad's been a little light with the power this year, but I got to go for it tonight. And because this Rodon is a loser. I just do believe that. And I know he's had some moments, but I don't trust him in a big spot. Ever trust him in a big spot.
Well, is tonight really a big spot?
Look, I mean, taking 3 out of 4 from this team, you're telling me how bad things are. So,
I know,
it kind of is.
But I mean,
As
you're
big as
kinda
it could
picking on
be
Rodon
going
here
into
a little
Memorial
bit.
Day weekend.
Coming back off an injury. Guy pitched his heart out.
Guy
for us
stinks.
last. Come on. It's not true.
I've never been a fan, and I'm not going to be a fan.
That's okay. It's one thing to say you're not a fan. But
Not a fan.
The guy's pitched well for us the last 2 seasons.
Well,
so
pitch well
come on.
tonight. How about that?
But he's just back from his injury. You going to get on Cole tomorrow?
Yeah, I am actually.
You're off.
I think it's an awful place
See,
to pitch him
folks,
first.
now listen, everybody watched yesterday. I was saying Mike was getting soft on the Yankees. Now see the flip. Mike is back.
Well, because
See, now you're getting hard on him.
because
That's the Mike I want.
because you're asking me something else. Am I going to be hard on him if he pitches bad tomorrow night? I am.
Really?
This isn't the game to bring him back.
Why not?
Too big of a spot for him for his first start back. He should have got a start before this. Could have been his second start. I don't mind him pitching this weekend, but it had to be.
Are you
should have been his
questioning
first start.
Cashman and Boone's decision here?
I question everything that.
Are you really questioning what they're doing?
Yes.
I'm being sarcastic. Mike.
Yes. How could you not?
Being very, very, very sarcastic.
Eddie, I saw you do all this yesterday in the chat box. I know you're chasing this Moniac. Forget the cognac, give me the Moniac. He homers every 12. You like that nickname? Me and Lacey came up with that one a couple of years ago. So Mickey Moniac
Oh, I love it.
for Colorado, whenever he homers, forget the cognac, give me the Moniac. That's the call for
That's
him.
awesome.
So he homers every 12.6 at bats. He's got no homers in his last 25, and he Tater every 3.25 games, no homer in 7 games. I get that, Eddie, and I would like to see who they're facing tomorrow. And he got Eduardo Rodriguez tonight for Arizona, who's a lefty who doesn't give up as many homers. I mean, Moniac might even be in the lineup against him. So I think there will be other guys against Arizona this weekend where we can forget the cognac, give me the Moniac, one of our all-time favorite nicknames.
It's good stuff.
For a guy right there. Either way, Yankees tonight, I say, win another kind of crazy bullpen rig because Jay's
Is the starting lineup out? Is it?
No, we got a life.
Come on, Boone, get the lineup out. I mean,
And
who's
they did
catching
put.
tonight? Is it Scar or
It
is
looks
it
like
West?
Grisham's probably going to go on the IL too. He
Why
got
not?
hurt last night.
Why not?
So the injuries are piling up. So this weekend, Martinez and Garrett Cole, Friday night, Nick Martinez. Saturday afternoon at 1:30, Drew Rasmussen and Ryan Weathers. Sunday afternoon, you'll have Shane McClanahan and Will Warren. So you're getting 2 of Tampa's best pitchers with McClanahan and Rasmussen on Saturday. So who you got? Yankees, Rays, 3-game series at the stadium this weekend. Who you got?
I have the Jays winning the series big.
Well, Jays tonight. What about Rays?
Oh, I'm sorry. They set the same. The
Go ahead.
Jason Ray's wrong.
They do sound the same, so we're going to give
Yeah,
you a
you threw
break
me
on
off
that
there.
point. They do sound the same.
Yankees will lose 4.
Come on. I mean, you can't do that.
They can't hit. They're not hitting, man. They especially can't hit against good pitchers. So.
Since someone has to wave the flag around here, I guess it's got to be me. Yankees will win tonight. Take 3 out of 4 from Toronto.
They're supposed to win. They better win. I don't see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I don't have anything more tangible to give on the Yankee side of things. But let's just be honest here. If this is the same old crap, it's just, it's just the same. These guys are just not. How do these guys just not know how to hit anymore? I just don't get it. They just
don't know how to hit.
It's just not. It's nothing. It's like if it ain't Betty Rice or Goldschmidt. I mean, come on. You how do you bank everything on that? And just the inconsistency of Jazz and. You got automatic outs with Scar and Wells and Volpe, and I mean it just goes on and on and on. And I love Belly, and Belly's sitting here probably going, "What am I doing back in this lineup?"
Do you know why you got
Grissom
nothing to worry about?
Hit the ball.
Do you know why you got nothing to worry about? Would you like to know why?
Because it's Memorial Day weekend.
Because it's all right there in front of them.
Yeah.
It's all right there in front of them. That's what Eddie said. It's all right there in front of them. You got nothing to worry about.
I tell you what.
It's all right there.
I tell you what, the distance of it all being right there in front, it's so far away though. I mean, I know it's in front of us, but it's so far.
You're being so negative about this team.
Yeah, I know. It's total opposite.
I think
Me and you
Yankees,
were total opposites at the beginning of the year.
I actually think that they'll win 2 out of 3 from Tampa this weekend. They'll lose the Cole game and they'll win Saturday and Sunday.
I just don't see it. I think Tampa Bay might have to have diarrhea or something like that.
Jeez.
I don't see it happening.
What are we doing?
They're not showing anything.
All right.
Is this the series? I mean, can they do this? Can they step up against Tampa Bay and beat them? That's what they're supposed to do. That's what we want as Yankee fans.
Tampa's been so hot.
Beat the Blue Jays tonight and protect the house this weekend.
4 in a row, 8 of their last 10.
Just don't see it happening, man.
Yankees take 2 out of 3 against the Rays. Who you got? Put it up on the board. Somebody. It's very rare for me to give you the positive spin about the New York Yankees, but I'll give it to you.
But I'm glad you. I like negative.
2 out of 3 against the Rays. Who you got for that? It's funny. I was as far as the Mets go. Yes, as far as the Mets go. They after a really good stretch where they took the 2 out of 3 from the Yankees, they swept the Tigers. They won the first game of the series against the Nats, and you really thought something was starting to turn for them, turn the corner of their season. Now they've lost the last 2 nights to the Nats, and
how many runs they give up in the last 2 games?
Well, 8 last night, 9 the night before.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot
17
of
runs in the
it's
last 2 games.
A lot of runs.
But they also gave up 7 the night that they won too.
But every time I look up at the TV, Juan Soto's smiling.
Well, he's taking more of a leadership role. Is what I was being told.
$800 million, I don't care.
They'll have David Peterson later this afternoon, 4:05 East first pitch against the great Cade Cavalli.
Cade Cavalli.
One of the all-time greats. And then they are in Miami this weekend for the Fish. They will see them. It's an opportunity in their schedule to win some games.
The Mets.
Do you really want them to be completely buried by July 1st?
It's not that I want them personally to get buried. It's just
you want to have something to talk about?
Here's a team, one of the highest payrolls in the world.
World is accurate.
And you can't beat the Nationals. Can't beat anybody. You think the Marlins are afraid of them?
The Marlins aren't afraid of anybody. They're fighting fish.
Just both squads, the Yankees and the Mets. They're just not showing you.
Well,
there's no juice. There's nothing to get excited about.
You can't time out here. You can't put the Yankees and the Mets in the same category. Yankees are 10 games over 500. Okay, the Mets, yes, they should absolutely not be where they are.
After this weekend, they might not be 10 games over 500. And then they start becoming middle of the pack. So you just throw them in. Might as well move the Yanks into the AL Central.
Wow, I mean, this is just – it's too much for me, honestly. I'm a little surprised at you because you're supposed to be –
New York baseball is like New York hockey. It sucks.
It's not on that level. Now, that doesn't mean that I fully expect the Yankees to lose in October, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to win games now. I mean, they're winning games now.
But they're not. They're not winning against good teams.
There
They're not
are no
winning
good
against
teams
good
in the
pitchers.
American League.
The Yankees are not winning against good pitchers.
There are no good teams in the
And the
American
Mets are just rolling the dice every day. And most of the time
But
it's a
how
loss.
much fun is that when you roll the dice?
It's
Rolling
not
the dice
fun.
is fun. I like rolling the dice.
now you're being silly, Michael.
I like rolling the dice.
You're being silly.
Especially you get on the corner of that crap table, you put the dice down,
I mean,
and you go, yo, 11.
There's so many
Go 11.
therapists. So many therapists with
Horn high.
Mets fans on the couch. And I'm going to be on the couch soon, too, with this Yankee. It's franchise.
All right, you know what? It's just not right. Yankees win 2 out of 3 this weekend. Mets win 2 out of 3 this weekend. Who you got? New York baseball this weekend. Go Sports Radio.
I think you're wrong.
That's what I say.
Opposite. I think Mets will lose, and the Yankees will lose too. I hope Garrett has a good game tonight. And I hope Zero has a good game tonight too.
So you think Yankees are going to get swept?
And I'm not really upset with the starting pitching. It's the lineup right now. They can't hit for nothing. They just can't. I don't understand. You know, I can't hit a 90 mile fastball. I can't do it. But this is their job. They do batting practice every day. They do spring training. They face pitching every day. Switching mechanics, change a position at the plate.
They scored the most runs in the American League. They scored 5 or 7 runs the first 2 games.
There's no
series.
parades for that, Michael.
I don't understand. What more do you? So they need to win 12-3 every night?
They just need to win games
against good teams. 3 already in this series.
Against good teams.
Blue Jays are a good team.
Blue Jays are not a good team. We argued about this yesterday.
They are a good team.
No, they're not.
Beat the Yankees asshole last year.
That was last year. Currently, they are a bad baseball team.
All right. I mean, I always look for reasons to bash this team, but I just don't,
You're just egging me on here. You're just getting me all fired up.
I'm not
You
doing
are.
any
You're
of
just
that.
twisting me.
Not doing any of that.
The Mikey twist. The Carver twist.
Nothing whatsoever.
Carver twist, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled by the man standing next to me.
Elsewhere this weekend, just really fast. Anything of significance for you? Dodgers Brewers in Milwaukee. Good
I
series.
think Ohtani played his first batting and pitching game last night.
He did for a while,
Yeah.
He had a leadoff homer too. So he's
San
Ohtani.
Diego.
He hits any pitches. He hits any pitches.
Leadoff home run yesterday.
Reds and Cardinals have both been out to a good start. They're in Cincinnati this weekend. The Guardians are in Philly. The Phillies have climbed themselves back to 500. So you have a couple of decent series.
Braves still crushing.
Braves are home for the Nats this weekend.
That's sweet.
Probably.
Why
Yeah,
bother?
it probably is.
The Nats
Man,
are
the
just
Giants are 20 and
4
third. They stink. My goodness. Amazing how bad they've been. It really is when you look at all that. Wow. How about that? So baseball for us moving forward here.
I mean, that's the only saving grace for the Mets and the Yankees. The rest of the league sucks too. So
The rest of the league does. I agree with all of that.
So maybe I just shouldn't be angry anymore.
I don't think you should. That's why I told you last week the Yankees should roll to the World Series. The American League is so bad.
I'm starting to feel better because the rest of the league is
But the one
awful.
team that could give them a problem, they're playing this weekend. So that's what you have to worry about. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here at Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach on the island. We'll get into the hockey next. But first, a great Memorial Day weekend on tap here at Borrelli's. There's a lot.
Speaking on tap, is it Beer Thursday? We're gonna get one or what?
Yeah, I guess so, Tommy. I guess one, but we
So
got.
while I'm doing this,
all right.
get us a couple cold
We'll
ones.
get a couple cold ones here. Tell us what's going on at Borrelli's, boy.
Once again, we are broadcasting every Wednesday and Thursday live here from Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach, 912 West Beach Street, on the South Shore here on Long Island in New York. Thanks to everybody out there listening to us from abroad, hitting us up on all our social media platforms and checking out all the videos and the clips. We really appreciate it. All right, it is Thursday. It's carnivore night. You guys know that. So, if you come down tonight, if you're hungry and thirsty, it's the best place to be. $42.99 gives you a choice of veal, pork, or steak. You get a super salad and a dessert, bottomless beers, and endless wines right here at Borrelli's Taproom every Thursday night. It is carnivore night. Okay, so it's Memorial Day weekend. There's a lot going on. You guys know I tell you every week. We have live music all weekend long here and the best DJs right here on the South Shore. So tomorrow night, Tim Quinn kicks things off at 7 p.m., live music, and then DJ Quill does the Friday night dance party after Tim at 10 p.m. And then on Saturday, Sean Jacoby's going to be here with Ryan Scarano at 7 p.m. And then DJ Tim Select takes everybody into the Saturday night dance party here at Borrelli. Sunday Fun Day. DJ Teddy starts spinning at 4 p.m. and then DJ Select, Tim Select at 10 p.m. after that. And then on Monday, we'll be open. We'll be live with Sophia Luciano at 2 p.m. And then the current company band will start at 7 o'clock on Monday. So a full packed house of music and entertainment, live music, DJs, and everything else. Plus, Knicks. Don't forget the Knicks watch game starting tonight here too. Game 2. Make sure you get down here. 2-for-1 pizzas, dollar wings, and tons of bucket specials, including 1,800 $8 margaritas, $8 Tully drinks, and then you got $20 buckets of Miller Lights, 35 buckets of spiked 8 buckets, 35 Lucky One buckets, I should say, not rockets, and then 35 Surfside buckets, and then $25 Michelob Ultra buckets as well. And that sound on Knicks game on every TV, so make sure you get down here for the Knicks game, in and around all the Memorial Day weekend stuff that's going on here with the live music. All right, comedy, as you guys know, I'm telling you guys all the time, best place to see comedians down here. Go to Burley'sTaproom.com or Eventbrite.com and search Burley's Comedy for these following upcoming comedians that are coming into town. On June 1st, it's going to be Billy Gardell. He'll be here. Mark Norman on June 2nd. James Freed on June 29th. Joe List on July 14th. And Chris DiStefano on August 5th. Once again, to get tickets to all shows at Burley'sTaproom.com. And last but not least, let you guys know about the music theme nights, which are going to return next week. U2 theme night was here last night, great success. And next week is the Bruce Springsteen night. That's on the 27th. The Best of the Boss, $21 dinner specials, half-price bottles of wine, drink specials, and the great sounds of Bruce Springsteen. And then coming up in June and July and August is going to be all kinds of great different theme nights here at Borrelli's, including 80s nights, Yacht Rock night. I know Mike's coming down to Oasis night. That's coming up. And Beach Country night's coming up too. So some great stuff coming up there on the Wednesday theme nights. But that's what's happening. Don't forget, stop into Borrelli's.com. Stop in a Borrelli's Tap Room anytime and mention the CNC podcast, and you get a free Miller Lite draft. And don't forget, come down and hang with us during the week for lunch, sports lunch, lunchtime here every day, 12 noon. It's a $12 soup and sandwich special, the best sandwiches in town. Me and Mike always get them to go when we're leaving here. So come on down for that as well, too. And that's what's happening at Borrelli's.
Yeah, baby. Excuse me. It is also... You mentioned that you can get a Miller Lite draft. You come down and mention the Carver and Cuthbert.
To the crew of the chats. Cheers. Thanks for hanging with us.
There you go. When is the Carver and Cuthbert World Cup preview and predictions? It's a great question, Eddie.
Well, it sounds like nobody's going to the games.
What's the matter? You don't have a kidney to donate?
Well, just the reports.
You can go to the World Cup if you got a kidney.
All the hotels, nothing's booked. Nobody's going. So...
Well, they asked for this, to be quite honest. Whoever is the decision makers of this entire thing, and I'm sure there's also something in terms of, we know what kind of world we're living in right now and what the cost of certain things are, whether that's fuel, airline prices, things of that ilk. I mean, this was kind of going even before all this stuff started, but
and you add extreme pricing.
I know a guy who's coming for the England matches, and he tweeted out basically what the expense was for him to go to all three England group stage games.
And where's England playing?
I think they have one game in Toronto, one game in Dallas, and maybe one game in Foxborough. I'm just guessing. I think those are their 3 locations for their group stage off the top of my head. And he tweeted out that for him to go to all 3 matches with the travel and with it's like $55,000 or something like that. Like it was just an amazing amount of money when you factor in tickets, planes, hotels,
And that's for 3 games.
Maybe he included the playoff rounds, like the knockout rounds as well in it. But he had the whole run in there. Like, they're making it really hard for people who live in the United States to go to these games. Just imagine what it's like if you're from any of these countries that are in the World Cup, and because that's the one thing that makes the World Cup so great, is that you usually have fans from all the countries coming to one place, and they're watching all the games, and they're all there together. It's like the Olympics and that Elton and all those things. And, I mean, who could afford to do this? I mean, honestly, if you're coming from anywhere, any of these countries that are in the World Cup, imagine like any of the African countries, any of the Middle East countries, any of the Asian countries. Holy, you got to give up. Like I said, you got to be a millionaire to go to these games. Why? Like, why? Why? Why does it have to be like this? And you know what? I'm very interested to see, like you mentioned, when we get to these games, what is the crowd going to look like for France against Senegal at MetLife Stadium on a Thursday afternoon?
In 99-degree weather.
Correct. So
humid.
Ireland's failure to qualify really put a damper on the proceedings. Yeah, it did, John, but
we're
I'm
used to
it.
that. Yeah, it's decades.
Well, there you go. England's in Dallas, Foxborough, and MetLife. They don't have a Toronto game, Eddie? I could have swore one of England's games was in Toronto to start out. I'm not sure. Maybe they do have a MetLife game. I forget the schedule off the top. Doesn't matter where the games are. What matters is I don't know how you afford something like this. And maybe it's because I live in a different tax bracket. I don't know. A couple ones lower than people who go to these World Cup games, but I just can't believe it. And I want to go to a game, and I would go, honestly. Like, I've said this. I would go to a World Cup game even if a team that I root for. And you know the teams I root for the United States, obviously. If Ireland was there, they'd be 2. And I do root for England. I want to see England win at some point. And how dare. But you know what? If I wanted to go to the random France-Senegal MetLife game here in town, what's that setting me back to go? I gave you the numbers. What was the cheapest ticket when I looked 3 weeks ago? We did this exercise. Like, just to go and experience a World Cup game, being a local with the World Cup in the United States, it cost me arm and a leg to go to a game that 2 teams I don't even care about seeing. Stupidity at its highest order.
Well, I mean, the World Cup is primarily, I mean, as a business standpoint, and let's just take it from the United States side of it, it is to target the international visitor to come in and spend the money, because the game, and I don't care, MLS is, that's not a bar that anyone should really raise, in my opinion. Those were all small stadiums, the niche things,
right?
You know, and that, you know, MLS teams, you know, to me are like, you know, AHL hockey teams. I mean, they're kind of fan friendly. The tickets are cheap. They're just trying to get people in the place. So it's not like back in the days of the Cosmos when you had 70,000 people at Giant Stadium and everything else, and you know that old league that they had,
right,
which was very popular with very popular players, international stars playing in that league. I just think the product of MLS too is just absolute garbage.
Well, it's nothing. It's
MLS.
MLS.
But where I'm getting at is, like, you know, so I'm a huge Premier League soccer fan, right? So I'm watching the Premier League. I'm a Manchester.
Good year for Man U. Yeah. Back in the mix.
Back in the mix.
Well, back in Europe. I mean, they're back in the Champions League. They had a really good year. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I know.
And as long as anybody but Man City wins the Premier League, Arsenal, let them have it. It's great stuff. So what I was getting at is, like, the whole financial part of it here. So the U.S. fans have come out for the World Cup in the past. They've also come out when the Women's World Cup was here. Big crowds for that.
Right.
And you throw in everything that you're saying, but I don't think they've made you don't get the balance now of any if whatever U.S. interest you would have had in the World Cup right now, balancing it out with a heavy international audience coming in.
Right.
So you said you're curious who's going to be in the stands, how they're going to watch this. Now there's been reports now as we get closer and closer and closer, either ticket prices are coming down. I think New Jersey changed their tune as far as the pricing for the path and all that stuff. I mean, they're probably seeing what's happened. But what I've recently read is that the hotels, none of them are anywhere near like the capacities that they wanted or expected. So there's like when the hotels aren't filled, that tells you that nobody's coming. So
Well,
you
right.
can just look that up, go on X, and you can check that out. And the hotels are the big marker. If nobody's staying in the hotels, then nobody's coming.
Well, like I'll give you an example. And I might have used the same one because it's the first game on the board I can use this with. Like Qatar versus Switzerland in Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Who the hell's going to be at that game? Like seriously, who's going to be at that game?
Well, I mean, and now what's like I said, you look at the pricing of this game.
Okay, so England is playing Panama at MetLife, and the cheapest ticket on StubHub is $773. That is for the cheapest ticket. Now, England's a little different. Eddie, I'd be curious. Eddie, you could do our legwork today. Eddie's like our man on the scene.
He is, man. He's doing
Eddie, since you have StubHub open to get that information, can you go please find me the cheapest ticket on StubHub for France versus Senegal at MetLife Stadium? England, I can understand being a little bit higher. You would say the closest trip for England. I guess for France it is too. You would say flying into New York and going to a game at MetLife, Newark or with JFK, wherever you want to fly into. I'd be curious what the France-Senegal number is because I know that's one of the games at MetLife also, I believe.
Well, France finishing second in the last World Cup to Argentina, right? So you figured that would be a big draw, as far as their players and everything.
Sure.
England is a powerhouse. Germany is a powerhouse. As far as their fan bases, and bringing Argentina, all the South American clubs, Brazil.
Like the games with the host countries, I know they're going to be jammed. The Mexico games in Mexico City are going to be insane. The Canada games in Toronto and Vancouver, they're going to be insane. Obviously, when the United States plays in I think 2 of their 3 group stage games are in LA and one's in Seattle. But the crowd's going to be there, Paulie, for the United States. They're good. They are. It's these other games where I think they're going to have some difficult problems filling it. Opening day is Thursday, June 11th. So we still have a couple weeks. But yes, we will do a full World Cup preview. In fact, Paulie, you know what I will find? You know what I'll find for us?
We are?
A soccer guy. We're going to have a soccer guy on. What do you think of that?
So you calling me?
You're a soccer. I guess you're a soccer guy. We could concentrate.
It's called football, Michael. It's not called
football.
Soccer.
Yes,
it's called football.
We're gonna have a soccer guy on before the World Cup, and we'll get into it because I love it too. I love the World Cup. I think it's a tremendous event. All this garbage, logistic stuff aside, I love the World Cup.
For all the group stages, they don't go past midfield because they all play not to lose. And they play for ties.
I don't believe that.
The international game sucks. Give me him.
Such a hater. Like what this is it's
every
4 years it's a world event. It brings the world together.
Didn't the final game last night go to penalty kicks as well too, right? Argentina and France.
That was one of the best games ever, that Argentina-France game.
It was a great game, but the rest of it, come on.
So Eddie did the legwork for me. France and Senegal at MetLife, $758 for one ticket.
Have fun.
How is somebody like me who's interested in going to a game at MetLife, World Cup game?
And you would have to bring me, right?
So now we're talking
$1,500. We'll bring our sons.
So now we're talking $3,000.
Okay.
For the 4 of us to go to a France-Senegal game at MetLife. There's another $500. There's another $250. There's another $500.
Should we get something like a flag or something?
It's a $5,000 day, and I live here. It cost me $5,000 to go to France, Senegal, and I live an hour from MetLife Stadium. Can you imagine what it costs? So now you went like your eyes opened up when I told you the guy from England said around $50,000 to go. I just told you it's going to cost me $5,000, and I live here to go to that game. If I wanted to bring you and both our kids and drink and eat and take the train and do all for $5,000 a day, $3,000 just for tickets.
Have fun.
Why? Why does it have to be this way? I get it's 2026. Everything costs more money than ever and all. That is absurd. Absurd.
And that is.
To go to these games. Absurd.
I guess the only question we have here is, would it be, we'd all have to agree, right, that it would be different if it was being held anywhere else. Now, I don't know. I guess. If Abu Dhabi, as far as, and they did a hell of a job with that World Cup in terms of building the stadiums and everything else.
Qatar, are you talking about the last one in Qatar?
Yeah. That's the same area, right? Most of the people stay in Abu Dhabi anyway, right? On the streets. I don't know. Would it be different if it was being held in England? Would it be different if it was being held in Argentina? Would it be different?
Well, this is a good. I'll say this, Eddie. I'll make you do one more. Get me the price of a game in Vancouver. I want to know what's like because it's a different Canada.
Okay.
What's the price of a random game in one of the Vancouver games? Toronto's a little tougher. I feel like that would be comparable maybe to the MetLife prices. I'm interested. What would a price for a game in Vancouver be? If we go and move in that direction.
Tell you what, if I was going to go to a World Cup game, I'd rather go to see it in Vancouver because Vancouver's gorgeous.
Vancouver's an amazing city. I've never been there. Pictures and everything else you see of the play, it just looks like a phenomenal city.
Seattle too. Seattle hosting any games?
Yes. Yeah.
Seattle's gorgeous.
So you would go there for a World Cup game.
In fact, that would be the best way to do it. Is catch a game in Seattle, take the train up to Vancouver, and see the game up there.
Right. That's not a bad way to do it. You could do it that way as well. Carver and Cuthbert, Go Sports Radio here.
Get the puck talk in here.
I know. Let's do that. Okay, so Vegas and Colorado. Let's do that first because Colorado came out last night a little sluggish. Didn't have Makar, and
They put up the shots.
Hart was good.
Told you. Carter Hart might be the difference. Because Wedgwood, you could have drove a bus on those
and he was really bad. And the first goal was a cheapie. I know, that first Vegas goal was a real cheapie. The second goal was a phenomenal play by Mitch Marner.
Yep.
And
said that too. Marner might be the difference.
Dorf, who you mentioned yesterday.
Told him, anything that guy touches ends up in the back of the net.
He's been, I think, 10 or 11 goals now in the playoffs. Yep. He's been great for Vegas. I was a little surprised that they came out and took game one. Very surprised. I still think Colorado wins the series, but
I don't think it's a lock now. I got to tell you.
Well, yeah. Listen, they win game one on the road.
I got to give credit where credit's due. Torts had a really good game plan last night.
He did,
and all their key players played well. And Carter Hart,
he was very
played better. He's the difference.
He was very good.
And when you think about it now, because it's like we're just talking every week, and it's like it's this, it's that, but it's like wow, it's 2 rounds of hockey that they've played. So this is his 3rd round. He's in his groove. And we talked about all the different goaltenders and rotations and stuff like that. Torches rode hard the whole way, man. He's in a groove.
He's in a groove right now. And you know what? I know I kind of said, we both kind of – I wouldn't say we – all right, I'll say it. I dismissed Vegas going into last night. I thought that Colorado was going to take care of business. I thought that Vegas was kind of outplayed against Utah and Anaheim. And I know it was one game, but –
let's say it. I was impressed last night.
I think if they're going to give you that, Canada, Cutter, and Vancouver. Okay, that's Canada. Eddie, is there a game in Vancouver that doesn't have Canada in it? If there's a game without Canada in Vancouver, I bet it's $200 to $300.
Yeah,
but compared to 7 at MetLife, there's a big difference. Vegas is clearly live in this series now. Missing, I think Makar is a very big loss because he does so much on 5-on-5 and on the power play for them.
Last night, no.
Not having him is a big deal. And look, that's the one thing we've talked a lot about the goaltending situations for all these teams that are left. And we've kind of been waiting on all of them. Can this guy really get them to the end and win a cup? And Wedgwood's one of those guys that we've had questions about. But he had a real bad night last night. Australia-Turkey is $319 in Vancouver. Again, significant drop from MetLife for those games. So Eddie, thank you for doing all the StubHub work for us today on the Carver and Cuthbert show. So big game 2 now for Colorado at home tomorrow night. Big game 2 for them tomorrow.
Yeah,
don't want to go down 0-2 going to Vegas.
I think Vegas is licking their chops, man. They can beat them. And if, let's say Makar comes back, right? How healthy is he?
If he came back tomorrow, I'd say he's being rushed back.
Because
think about all the time off they had, and he still didn't play last night.
But here's the thing. Let's take the 3 guys. Let's take Marner. Let's take Eichel. Eichel had a great game last night.
He did.
I mean, and Hart, right? Yeah. And those 4 guys. And then you get who's Conklin scored? It was
Conklin scored the first goal of the game,
Great story about him. He's been called up once or twice.
Right. And now he's in the
And he puts that puck gets put on his tape, he buries it, which is great. But again, that went right through. Like I said, speaking of training, right? But the guys who have started getting the juice going here, for the Knights, especially towards the end of that Duck series, and they have carried this over. And Marner is playing on another level, and he's stoked. So somebody put out a great comment yesterday on X. Maybe Marner wasn't the problem. Maybe Toronto was the problem.
Well, that's 1,000%
He's just looking so good out there. So, look, fair play to Torts, the whole squad, and again, Carter Hart just played so damn well, and I think he's going to be a big difference in this series if Vegas ends up on top of this and stuff. So we'll see what Bednar and the boys do, and McKinnon, and they've got it in there. I don't think they're going to be a pushover, but again, they have to take this game very seriously, and Vegas is licking their chops if they can go up 2-0.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I don't know what's going on this week, but I've never seen so many inside the park home runs. This has to be like the third or fourth one this week in baseball.
In the NHL.
Well, Brandon Lau just had one for the Pirates this afternoon in St. Louis. Another ball that kind of like the Nat game with Wood the other night. Guy goes up to catch it, bounces a weird carom off the wall. Nobody goes to retrieve it. A stand-up inside the park home run. It's just weird. Didn't Corbin Carroll have one? Like, there's just been so many inside the park homers lately. I thought it's been a little bit of an oddity.
Find out what the record is for a season. How many
inside the park home runs. So Vegas, Colorado, they'll play game 2 tomorrow night in Denver. Tonight, game 1.
Whoa, los
Carolina and Montreal finally get going. So I did some work this morning.
Really?
I was doing some work from the gambling perspective for the Carolina-Montreal game for the Bet River show later. Carolina has 12 days off in between games. That is the longest amount of time off between playoff series in the modern NHL history. The last team to have 12 days off in a playoff series was the 1919 Montreal Canadiens, when there was only like 4 teams in the league. So there was or 6 teams, I guess, right? The original 6.
And probably like a measles
6
outbreak
teams.
Or some kind of
plague. In the last 30 years, only 2 teams, the closest to 12 was 10 days off. That was the 2003 Anaheim Ducks when they played the Devils in the Stanley Cup Final, and the 2019 Bruins when they played the St. Louis Blues in the Stanley Cup Final. Those are the most days off. Both teams lost the series. Both teams didn't score a goal in the first period coming back. So obviously my angle betting tonight is I'm betting Carolina not to score a goal in the first period against Montreal. But big picture, Paulie, 12 days off I just gave it to you. It's an unheard of amount of days. I told you both teams with 10 lost their series.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be nervous if you're a Carolina fan that all the good vibes you had for 8-0 start the thing are all going to go down the drain now because they've had so much time sitting around? Are you worried about that if you're a Carolina Hurricane fan? Numbers say you should be.
Yeah, I think they should be. I'm not a big Carolina Hurricane fan, and I didn't watch any of their first 2 series because they're just not very interesting to me. I respect them from afar, what they did as far as, beating 2 teams that probably weren't very good, getting lucky getting into the playoffs. But
right.
And usually any of the last 2 teams that get into the playoffs are usually not very good. So they beat the Senators, they beat the Flyers, so on and so forth. And now you're coming up against a very well coached, very exciting, has a good netminder. The defense is playing. I mean, it has the ability to play very well in a tight game. And then, like I said, we've seen a couple. But I don't know if the Carolina Hurricanes are a team that can really put up 6-7 goals against the team. So I just think I have to respect what Montreal's doing here. The 2 teams that they have beaten, as opposed to the 2 teams that the Carolina Hurricanes have beaten. And I'm going to ride the Habs this series.
Well, I'm going to stick with what I said to you yesterday. I don't believe that Montreal will win this series. I think that Carolina will, but I will, for who you got for tonight, I think Montreal wins game 1 tonight. I think they ride the they've been playing a lot. They've played 14 games already in the playoffs. They've gotten a little extra day to rest. They've had 2 days off since the game 7 in Buffalo. They went back to Montreal and kind of rested up there and had a practice there before going to Raleigh. I mean, nothing against Raleigh. Who the hell wants to spend an extra day in Raleigh? So they went and did that. And now they come into this series look at against a team that's just been sitting around for a long time. So as much as I like Carolina to win, I think tonight Montreal has a chance to jump on.
How
game one.
different of a team? Let's forget the rest here.
Take the rest versus the rest out of it.
How different of a team is Carolina?
Much different.
That Montreal is going to face here compared to the two teams, Tampa Bay and Buffalo.
I'd actually like to look at it more from the other side, Paulie. How different of a team is Montreal compared to Ottawa and Philadelphia, who Carolina has faced so far?
They're playing the better team.
I agree.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So Montreal went win-loss. They won 7 games in both series.
Yeah.
So they haven't shown us that they can kind of they weren't able to put a chokehold on either series, and they were the underdog in both series to begin with, right? Tampa was supposed to beat them, Buffalo was supposed to beat them, right? And they were both the road team, the road team for both series. So there is this side of, we can't sit here and I don't think anybody can sit here and say who we think is going to show up and how they're going to play.
Right.
And then up against the Carolina team that is built differently. And then, like I said, there's the other side of it too. Did Carolina really play 2 good hockey teams? No, they really didn't. So,
but they're still here. You gotta.
You might get a similar series that the Canadians have already played, where it's back and forth, one game, one game, and that might be the series we get. And then all of a sudden, Carolina might come out here and sweep them. Who the hell knows?
I think that Montreal wins tonight and Carolina still wins the series in 5 or 6 games.
Dobes outplay Freddie Anderson. Can Freddie Anderson
I would like to see somebody put a little pressure on Freddie Anderson.
This is the thing.
Nobody
is Montreal going to do that?
I hope so. I would like, can you get Caulfield and get Suzuki and get these guys going here and put a little bit of pressure on them? That would be my thing for it. So,
but this is what's helped the Canadians out. They've had these other guys come in too, put the puck in the net for them. I think, Brind'Amour and Marty St. Louis. I think we got a really good series here. I think it's going to be a really good series.
So
I know.
I don't like him.
There's a lot weighing on him, man. There's so much pressure on him. There's so much pressure on Freddie Anderson.
You better go this year.
So the Canadians are playing with house money here.
I agree.
All the pressure's in Carolina.
Fast and loose.
And they can do it, man. That's
Montreal.
why I call them the Montreal Lucifons.
I like Montreal tonight. Carolina for the series.
Habs no fear, everybody.
I might play that, the Game 1 series double. You can bet that. Montreal win Game 1, Carolina win the series. I'll have to see what that price is when I get into the betting show later on. Paulie, great job as always here. Like you mentioned, big weekend coming up. Memorial Day weekend. Nick watch party tonight. Nick watch party Memorial Day. Very, very busy. And by the time we come back on Wednesday, the Knicks will be dusted off the Cavs and be ready for the NBA Finals. As we talked about earlier. I think they'll dust off the Cavs at 4 now.
Where will the Mets and Yankees be? When we
Yankees will take 2 out of 3 from the race this weekend. They gotta get through tonight first.
I'm feeling it, man.
You're excited for Cole tomorrow night. Don't say that. You're excited to see Cole. Great job by the chat today, including Eddie in Columbus, who was our own personal StubHub.
Love it. Love it.
Statistician. Checking all the prices of the World Cup games.
I wish I could put Eddie on the payroll, man, because guys like me, I could always use we could use a producer, right? Somebody on the side
checking the price of the New Zealand-Egypt game in Vancouver, $265.
Eddie, keep the computer open every show.
Keep the computer open.
We'll ask you to look stuff up for us.
Everyone have
send you Borrelli's T-shirt.
Safe, happy, and healthy Memorial Day weekend, and we'll be back, of course, Wednesdays and Thursdays at noon. Borrelli's Taproom in Long Beach. On the island, Carver and Cuthbert. See you then. I got Eddie getting involved. Got by Eddie. Good job by you, Eddie. What is